Alright, hello there everyone, this is Soulsummer17 here, let me introduce like usual. I do not own this picture, this is not a paid video. Alright, okay. So, here's the thing, I got the pictures for the Solo Lovewing Deku, Sub-Zero Naruto, who's gonna be the only one who has chakra that is a male, and, well, the only one that has a large amount of chakra to the fullest extent, He's the only male that can use chakra to the fullest. And then I got Static Shock, a picture of Static Shock. So for the, Static Shock Deku, what if Deku was Static Shock? Or had his abilities. And, well, we're kind of making him not go to UA because, I don't know, I think it'll be way more fun to have it that way. Like, he's in regular school, regular high school, and next thing you know, boom, freaking vigilante, Static Shock, just saving people and everything else. And, like, the freaking city does not ever arrest him, no matter how many times heroes actually try to. The cops tell them, no, let them go. But it's like they're breaking the law. They go, no, the mayor said, that's what I'm thinking of doing. But, I'm still working on it. It's gonna probably come out tomorrow. I was gonna try and make them come out today, but laziness and try to study for some tests for school. So yeah, but anyways, let's get into this. What if? And I already know where I am at. Issei found out the truth. He was in hell for 2 million years. Or millennia, I forget. But I think it was years, 2 million years. And Drake, we're having him not become the Welsh dragon. We're having him becoming the Berserk dragon. And it was like KS. I have no idea what that means, but I'm saying Berserk dragon. So yeah, and he beat Razor. He then killed demons, and then he just leaves, and girls are following him. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. So anyways, let's get into this. What if Issei was the Doom Slayer? Part 2. Alright, so, as Issei is walking along, he's basically looking, he looks right behind them. Right behind him. He sees all the girls and Razor's, chess pieces just following him. He's like, ladies, what are you doing? And, Kiba is just there, and he's wondering what the heck, Riz is doing too. And, well, Sonya and Tsubaki just saying, we just have a couple of questions to ask you, basically. Riz just says, I'm gonna try, basically, I just need to know something real quick. And then he was like, alright, what about all of you? They just say, we just want to know where you're going. He's like, look, I'm not in the mood for a relationship right now. So if any one of you girls are here to freaking ask me out on a freaking date, the answer is no. I'm gonna go and, well, just go and work out, honestly. I feel a little bit rusty. Haven't killed demons in about like only a couple of days. When you constantly killing everything that, trying to kill you, you get like a battle instinct to always keep moving. And it's just weird. So I'm going to go work out. And, well, they all leave him alone then. Razor, leaves with his Purrog. And, yeah. But Sonya and Tsubaki just leave and get, everyone else. So that way, well, they're gonna do what Issei's doing. They're gonna work out. So, Issei just goes to a regular gym. And, well, he basically can lift up the weights by itself without the bar pretty easily. So he asks about them, what's the heaviest weight they have. Like, they say, like, it's just the 45s. And it depends, though, on, like, how much you want the bar, can handle it. So he was like, alright. So he puts on about 45 plus another 45. Actually, he puts on, like, on each side, it's basically 445s on each side, plus a bar's weight. And they're like wondering, what the? And then Issei just basically just starts bench pressing it by himself. And it's like, what? And so no one understands how this freaking teenager is doing this much weight. So, he just, they even have like a boxing area too. So like, he's just doing it as a like quick warm up to get his like arms loosened. So yeah. So basically, that's what he does. He does about like 20 reps pretty easily. And he was like, all right, enough of those. Then he just like starts like even curling the bar too itself, which everyone's in shock. And then, well, he basically puts it back like on it, gets all the weights off. Then he goes he asks if someone wants to box him. And, well, someone does. I mean, someone comes in and they just say, all right, I'll box with you. And, well, they start boxing. Excuse me. Issei is holding back against the person, but not his speed, which is pretty amazing to the guy. I mean, this guy's been in this gym for a very long time. He's actually the teacher for the boxing. So, he tells Issei, he basically is teaching Issei how to box. And, and basically just like giving him pointers on him. He's asking him, and Issei doesn't Issei does like hit him, but it doesn't like do much since he's holding back. Drake's watching this and he's learning he's basically gonna tell Issei if the man was right or not. So yeah, and after they're done, this is when Sonya, Tsubaki, everyone else comes in, and this is when the guy's saying, "Hey kid, you got some potential. I mean, basically your power, it seems like you're holding back on it, and your speed though. I mean, I was able to dodge a couple of your punches, but basically it's unreal. You mind, punching that punch bag over there?" And Issei goes, first off, I need to know something. He's like, yeah. If I punch it and it breaks, will I have to pay for it? Which basically the owner comes on and goes like, wait, kid. You're saying if you punch it and you break it, like, what do you mean? Like, I punch the whole entire like punching bag just normally, it may rip into two, so I need to know if I'm gonna have to pay for that. And the guy says, if you do that, it's my fault. So, I would have, charged, but since you're asking, I'm saying go, just go ahead. I'll just order a new one. He's like, all right then. So he just says, I'll use at least 10%. And then he just throws the punch and boom, it breaks the punching bag, which everyone, it did not just break it, exploded it. He was like, I did not mean that to happen. On which the boxer and the owner and everyone else in the side, Tsubaki and Sonya, the rest are Paraj and shocked. So, the boxer says, so wait, were you holding back on me? He was like, yeah. A problem? Like, no, that's a good thing. You have good control of your strength then. Alright. Do you mind coming by here every so often so I can train you how to box, basically box, and maybe give you some lessons in mixed martial arts. I know a guy who can come down here and teach you too. He's like, wait, really? Why? He was like, well, you're pretty strong for how old? He says around 16. He's like, man, I wish I was strong like you when I was 16, basically. He's saying. And then the owner just says, well, like I said, you're not in trouble. I'm gonna go order. By the way, kid, don't do that again without my permission. I'm gonna try and find the most strongest one for you. Alright. He was like, alright. So yeah. Tsubaki and Sonya come over. They both just say that's very impressive at exactly the same time, which catches Issei off guard. He was like, thanks. I just wanted to learn, I just need to throw my punches and, well, I just needed, basically there was a boxing ring, so I thought, why not box? I mean, I'm just used to basically brawling, basically. Just no rules, just all out fighting and kill. Which he says out loud, which no one heard it besides those like Sabaki and Sonya. And they said, well, understandable. So yeah. So anyways, the boxer did leave to go try to like figure out like how to train Issei. And like since he has strength, he has speed, he just has to teach him technique. Like the basics of it and what how to do. So what to do basically. And that's it. And so, they all train to get stronger physically, which a lot of them are having troubles, especially Genshiro. He's having troubles too, which Issei's, helping him. He's telling him basically Genshiro is trying to do 35 pounds, and well, he tells him to start off at 20 because the bar makes him more heavier. He was like, really? He was like, yeah. I mean, it's the kind of basics. I kind of read up on it a little bit too, so, you know. He was like, oh, okay, so how much really was it? So the bar weighs about 45 something, I believe. I'm just making a rough guess because I'm trying to remember what I did in strength class when I was in high school. How much the bar weigh? I think it was 45. So 35 plus a 35 on each, 35 on each side. Plus the bar is 45. $90. So, yeah. So basically, he's gonna train to just start off slow. Which, well, after an hour or two doing that, they all go home. Sonya and Tsubaki actually, want to talk to Issei before they all head home. Well, they head home. He goes, all right, what? Basically, Tsubaki says about she asks, so what about Azia? Is she going to basically be staying at your place, or is Reese gonna have her stay somewhere else? Which Sonya says, I agree with that. That question. I've been wondering that too. And Issei just says, I don't know. Honestly, she'll probably stay at my place. And there's the fact that she may have a little bit of a crush on me. I said may. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really into her, but I think she knows that. I mean, I did tell her about myself at one time. Well, actually, when you guys left. And so they're like, curious, so they ask, what? He's like, oh, nobody would ever love a worthless pervert like me. And, well, for some reason, they feel hurt, angry, and just really upset, extremely. But, then she slapped me. She hurt herself because, well, my skin's, how can I say this? It's harder than most people could ever imagine. And, well, yeah, I don't know what I can think of. It's like when your skin, after doing so much, punching something, and when someone else's, then punches your hand after you've been punching a wall for about, 45 days or something. It's, very, very, it hurts when you punch that person's hand. So, that's what I'm trying to say. And, yeah. So, it's, and then I just said that's how I'm talking about my old self, not this self. So, Sonya asked, why would you think that? And he goes, well, girls always, well, at the school, did always, hurt me because of my friends always dragged me along. So, what can you, what can you do but think that way, right? As, they nod. But he goes, but you don't think anyone liked you? He goes, like, even Rhea's Grimmery herself said there was nothing value to me besides this power of mine. Drake. That was it. That was the only reason why she saved me. It's not like anyone else would have. As he just says bye to both of them and he just leaves. And, well, Sonia and Tsubaki use a magical circle to head back to their place. And then they just start to cry. They don't understand why. They just feel a overwhelming emotion of being sad, and they just start crying. They don't cry for long. It's like 15 minutes of crying, and they they basically stop and well they just change and go to sleep. Issa gets home basically, and Issa's mom asks, "Where were you?" He just says, "I was at the gym, and I'd be going there every so often just to work out. So don't mind me when I come home late." She goes, "All right, just don't stay out till like too late." And he goes, I won't be long. It's close by, so it's like close by to the school. Then it's here, about a good 20-minute walk. So I was there from 6, left at 8, got here around 8:30 ish, almost 8:30. Which he says, okay. I mean, I'm not too worried about you. You look pretty strong already. He goes, yeah, I know. So yeah, so basically, Issei goes up and chains. He gets out his homework, and then he just starts working on it. And then so Issei has a question because I never did say he got. I mean, I said he got all of the Doomslayer's weapons, but I never did say he had the BFG, the big freaking gun. But he does have it. But bleh. Anyways, Issei gives God a ring. FaceTimed him. He goes, "Hey God, what's up?" He was like, "Oh, Issei, how are you doing?" He was like, "Good. How's the demons there?" Like, oh, they're basically trying to figure out a way how to get to that world without alerting you. Well, I came up with a handy app for you, actually. He goes, "Wait, really?" I was like, "Yeah. You'll be able to detect when demons will be coming or going from here to there, and then you even get the location. It's a handy dandy thing. It's handy for you and a killer for them. Just be careful with it, all right?" He goes, "I will." Anyways, how's the weather there? Hot? He's like, "Of course. It's hell." He goes, "Yeah, true." Um, I just have another question for you, guy. And he was like, "All right, what is it?" Why ever have to fight that other the other guy, the ruler of hell? And well, God, gets serious for a minute. He was like, "Yes, you will, and you must be strong. So that means you have to work on your sacred gear, which you have done for 2 million years. After you unlocked it, you're strong enough than anyone can ever imagine, even me. But you have to even get stronger." You say, "Do not let yourself get weak, because if you do, you may not be able to defeat the being that rules hell." Which Issei understands, so he just says, "Thanks. I understand completely." Alright, that's all my questions I have. So, he says bye to God, and God, both of them hang up. And so Issei goes back to studying. Well, doing his homework, I mean, not studying. I have to do that. So yeah. And then the next day happens. So Issei, gets out of his room after changing, goes downstairs, he makes breakfast, his mom comes down next, and he already had breakfast already finished. She's just, she's basically, surprised. He goes, morning, Mom. I made breakfast for everyone. She goes, thanks. He goes, no problem. So, they just start eating. I mean, well, he starts eating along with his mom, then his father, and Azia comes, and, well, they all start talking and chatting. And, Issei's dad says, so, Issei, when do you think you'll meet somebody? And Issei just looks at his dad. He's like, you ask me when I'm a girlfriend. He's like, yeah, just want to know. I mean, two girls came over to the house suddenly just to see how well you were, so I thought maybe you're dating one of them, or at least that's what I thought. He goes, Dad, I'm not dating no one yet. I mean, if I did, you'd be the first, you and Mom would be the first to know. So, I'm not dating no one yet, so don't worry. Which, Issei's mom says, we're not worried about that, we're just worried that you're never gonna find anyone. He was like, well, my reputation at school is kind of mixed at the moment. It was actually saying I was a pervert. And you know how that turned out. It was like, and then Issei's mom says, yes, because you're two friends. Why do you have to be friends with them? And he was like, well, at first I thought they were a good guy, really good guys, which they are. But, also no one really made friends with me. They talked to me, but we never really talked. Besides, in school, they at least hanged out with me outside of school. So, yeah. And so, Issei mom nods basically to that, and she says, alright. So, after Issei's finished, well, Issei's been done, Azia finished, they, put their dishes in the sink and they leave. And, well, Issei does, on the way there, ask Azia saying, so, did Ria say anything about you moving out? Which she goes, no, not really. She hasn't said anything about that. He's like, good. We don't need that Grimry getting in the way. Besides, I like having you around. It's a little bit more, how can I say, energy in the room. Well, basically in the house. She goes, I won't, leave you. Say, even if Reese orders me to, I won't. Which he smiles and goes, because we're like family. She does not. And she goes, also, if you do date Tsubaki or Sonia, which one would you choose? And Issei just thinks about this. He goes like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really into dating no one right now because the whole time I did have a little bit of a crush on Rias, and then she made me angry, so I don't want them to get in my, well, not in my way, more like it's more like I don't want them to get hurt by me. Also, demons will use them against me, so I don't want them to die. She goes, really? They would? He was like, yeah. They really like to cause problems for people. Anyways, we should be meeting up with them right about now. As on cue, Sona and Sabaki come from the corner. He goes, "Sup, ladies?" They, they say hi to him, and Issei kind of knows that their, eyes are a little bit puffy. That's how when you cry, they get puffy a little bit. He's like, "Did you two cry last night?" And they just say, "No." Why? He was like, "Your eyes, they look a little bit puffy." Like, oh, that's because of something. We don't know. We just woke up like this. And, they're just walking in front of them. Not like last time when they were right next to each other just talking. So, yeah. So, anyway, right when they're getting near the school, there is a maid there, Griffia. She is there, just waiting. Which people have been wondering why is this woman's here just waiting for someone. As when Issei, Sonia, Tsubaki, and Azia come, Griffia walks over to them, and when she does, she bows to Issei, saying, um, "My my master would like to see you," and she gives him a letter. With, basically an envelope with a letter inside of it. And he goes, thanks. She says, Griffia, it's nice to meet you. He was like, nice to meet you too. And so he opens it, and it's a letter from Zex. Yeah. And he says this, Dear Issei, I am Sirzechs, the king of the underworld. I would like, for you to come here to the underworld and meet me in person. I heard some rumors about you, that you could defeat Razor and kill these demons that you call them with ease, and I want to get to know you a little bit more. So please come to the underworld after school and bring whoever you want with you. I promise you this is not a trap, nor will I ever try to attack you. I heard your feat, the legend of you, Doomslayer. Sincerely, Sirzechs. As Issei just kind of smiles at this. He goes like, "So the world, the underworld, huh? Cool." So basically, he pulls the letter back up, put it in, and says, "Tell him I'll come." She basically nods and then leaves. This is like Rhea saw this, and she kind of has a little smile on her face. She thinks Issei's going to get yelled at by her older brother, and well, get punished. So she walks by a little bit cheerful as then Issei says, Yo, redhead, don't you think I'm gonna get punished? I don't feel no magical attacks from anyone. Not even the lord of the, underworld can ever hurt me. I'm the strongest thing on this planet. Remember that, Grimmery." As he walks by, and for some weird reason, Rias has a sense of fear going down her spine as she backs away from Issei when he was walking right past her. She's thinking to herself, why am I scared of him? He's nothing special. And so, this school day just, goes on. Like nothing really happens. Um well, Azazel he never meets. So yeah. Issei doesn't do anything like he would in canon. And so what will happen is still the Holy Swords will happen, and well, Sonia and Tsubaki will be over and see the baby pictures. That's what's gonna happen in the next few minutes, I think. And no. So as after school, Issei meets up with he goes over to Sonia and Tsubaki's the student council room basically, along with Azia. She said she was gonna come with. He just goes, fine. He says I can bring whoever who I want, so alright. As they basically, leave to the student council room. And when they get there, he sees Akano, Kiba, and Konako. Rias is, at the cult club. Just doing some paperwork as wait, hold on. Alright, so like I was saying, he sees Kiba, Konako, and Akano. Reese is back in the cult club doing paperwork. And he goes, guys, what are you doing here? And Akano says, oh, we're just here to see you. He goes, let me guess. Reese wanted to know what I'm doing and why am I going there, see if I get punished. He has a little grin on his face, and Akano just nods with an upset look. Kiva just says, how far has she fallen? Out loud. And, well, then Issa just says, probably fallen pretty low. Had to get the big bad ruler of the underworld coming after me. Yeah, it'll be a cakewalk. I mean, I just have to release all my seals on me. Go, then get the bounce breaker on, along with boosting myself. And, well, I may be able to win with a BFG. They're like, what? He says, the big freaking gun. And they're like, it can't be that big. He holds out his hand, which the pocket dimension portal opens up, and the BFG comes right into it. As they just see, and he's just holding it. He goes like, really? You don't call this the big freaking gun? And they like, we understand. He's like, all right. So he puts it back in, in the portal, the pocket dimension portal that he opened, and yeah, it just closes. And so Tsubaki and Sony says, we'll come too. Just in case, so that way these guys don't get any funny ideas. And Konako says, we'll never, hurt Issei. And Issei then says, but you would. She was, what do you mean? He was like, he just gives her a look. I'm like, really? Come on. She goes, okay, I won't hurt you now. So, yeah, come on. So Tsubaki and Sonya get up and they tell her Paraj to watch the fort. As they say, we will. As then they make a magical circle to get to, Sirzechs, to the Grimoire house. And so there's a security system in the Grimoire house that I would want to have because someone made a comment. And so yeah, but anyways, as they get to it, Issei is just looking. He was like, wow, this is amazing. So this is what the Grimoire household's like. And Akano says yes. The Grimoires are mostly kind to their, as he says, servants, people that work for them. As she says yes. Those figures. Rhea says more of a brat than what she let on. Heck, she probably would have treated me the same way, but maybe be different in another life. Who knows? And Akano agrees. So yeah, so they walk, they chat. Issei just tells them about the little stories on his little 2 million like basically slaughter fest that he did on what he basically did and what happened every time and how his basically everything he did became legend in there, and that they literally call him the second incarnation of the Doomslayer. So basically he's just called the Doomslayer. And they asked how he's playing about the mark that he had on his shoulder, on his right shoulder. Basically there's a mark that is that the Doomslayer had on his helmet. And let's just say because of that was able for me to basically gain the power and show that I am the Doomslayer. So they're getting to the front door, and let's just pause so that I can make sure something. Yeah. So basically, before they walk in, Issei tells them saying, well, if there's any demons coming at me, you guys don't interfere because I'm just gonna slaughter them all. So, but they say there is no demons, here. He was like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm used to going to multiple areas and killing them. Sometimes you kind of forget that you have people that can talk. Well, devils that can talk, basically. And so, he opens up the door, and then as soon as he walks right for the door, an alarm goes off, saying the Slayer has entered the compound. Hold on, let me just double check. Alright, correction. It was The Slayer has entered the facility. In which multiple guards come in out of nowhere. And all basically Issei just says, Drake goes on it. As he comes out, and then he says, boost! Boost! Basically, like, multiple boosts, like 10 boosts. And then Issei just says, alright, we're good. As then all of a sudden, like, Zex comes in, like, Zex coming out of nowhere, saying, guards, enough, basically. As they're like, sir, it's the Doomslayer. And, like, because like I said, they know about him and the legends. They're terrifying. It was like, this is not the Doomslayer that of legend. This is Issei Hudo, the new one. He was like, yo. And they see he has the the balance, his sacred gear out. And it's, the Welsh dragon, the Red Dragon Emperor. Which he goes, impossible, the Welsh dragon? And he goes, correction, my devil, bro. Like, but no, he says my devil guy, bodyguard, whoever your name is, I don't care. He goes, it is the Berserk dragon now. He goes, what? He goes, yeah. I mean, I could have destroyed this whole entire facility if I ever wanted to, with just a punch to the ground. But I'm not. I mean, I was basically gonna punch the ground, send you guys flying. Transferred all the force of the punch coming at you guys. I call that my Berserk Dragon. Not scatter shot, but air cannon blast, which it sends basically a gust of air into the ground and makes a little bit of a shockwave coming at you guys, knocking you all flying back, which would have been funny. But hey, the leader came to save you guys, so say you're thank him. As they go like, you little, one of them says that, and then all of a sudden, Heisei just says, like, he's running from the guy, holding him by his neck. He was like, me little what? Brat. Tell me that when you're stronger than me. As he just basically lightly throws him, as he just goes flying right into the wall, knocked out. And he just says, oops. I forgot. I sometimes forget my own strength. Which then all of them are basically afraid. Zex says, my apologies for my guards. It was no problem. So what do you want to talk to me about, my lord? He goes, no formalities. I want to get to know you more. So, these are the people that, he goes, yep. But Rias is some are per arch, or almost all of them are here. Because she couldn't be here for me to suffer. He goes, what do you mean? As he explains, the situation about Rias, Zex is kind of a little bit upset. So, but he wants to hear Issei's story. So, they go into a room and Issei tells him about what he did for 2 million years, about God and how he has on speed dial. He wants to, see him. Basically, he calls God and he puts it on, video chat, and then boom, God and Zex are talking. He, gives back Issei's phone. He goes like, yep, and I beat Razor, just because the guy was basically making me mad. I mean, I didn't really like the guy, so I just wanted to, show him up. That was it, basically. Nothing to help Rias. He goes, no, I understand, Issei. I understand completely. So, what do you want to do about this? He was like, nothing. I am not going to do anything to her or want to know what she does. I'm just going to let her try to come after me and deal with it when I do. That is it. Because it'd be a lot more fun seeing her squirm for dear life. As he has a little grin on his face. Drake even laughs at that and says, I agree. it'll be better to watch that, Rias beg for mercy. But then Issei, gets serious, which surprised everyone because he had like some of a laid back attitude, which I was giving him. So he gets serious. He goes, now, let me tell you something, ruler of the underworld, hell, basically. These demons that come, well, from another dimension where God was, you saw it, right? And, Zech's serious and he nods. He was like, they use human souls as argent energy, as power for themselves and for whatever they need it for. Basically, human suffering, human souls are being used, and if they come here, it's just more power to them. And so, I think we should do something about this. And, well, Zach says, like, what? He was like, well, we need to. Well, God gave me this app to basically find out the locations of said portals, coming out of where. But it's only in Japan. They may be coming out from all over the world. Ooh, sorry. Oh, I just realized the log fell. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Anyways, so he's just wondering, can I have a device to send me wherever I need to go to set locations? Magical device. Something that can help me out. As Lex, contemplates on this, he goes, how dangerous are they? He goes, one can probably take out a whole entire city by itself. It depends on which demon it is there, and he just goes through the different demons. And, what they are capable of. Things can probably take out a city about 3 days. More than 3, more than 1, could probably take out a city in a matter of hours. But, then that's what he keeps going through. Which Sirzechs understands the capability of these demons. And so he allows it. He basically has one of the mates to go get this device that he has. And which, after basically while they're waiting, Zech's parents walk in. Vanilla and Zoltix, they, come in. As they go, Zechs, dear, why is the maid going to get the teleportation device? As Zex explains the situation, and, well, Zoltix asks, well, why can't we not, defeat them? As Issei explains the reason why. That they're not part of this world and that they'll come over to this dimension and try to take it down. And, well, they can travel to different planets. Going to a simple different dimension may be harder, but they'll be able to do it. Trust me. They've already started to. So I need to make sure I'm able to get to places and, well, do my job. As they understand. Also, he tells them about their daughter, in which they're kind of surprised that, But then he does say, to be fair, I was just a pervert. Well, a little bit of a pervert, but my friends made me seem like more of one. And the girls kind of thought that too. So, yeah. It's understandable. Ooh, man. This is what happens when you wake up around 9 something in the morning. You get too tired. And so, Manelina and Zoltix are a little disappointed in Rias, but they're not going to talk to her just yet. They just say thank you for telling them, and then the maid comes in. And so, you know, after that, she gives them the device. He tells, Issei that, you have our full support, and I'll keep this information with the other the other devil kings. And Issei, thanks him, and, well, they leave. Zex tells his parents that he thinks that Issei is going to be a very good ally to have on their side. And, well, they both agree too. And so, when they get back to school, it's well, basically it's still the afternoon, so they get their bags. Well, Issei, Asia, Sonia, and Tsubaki get their bags, and Kiva, Akano, and Kanako, will have to leave. They basically said their goodbyes and tell Issei that was a good thing you did. He goes, yeah, it was no problem. And then the app has an update. He goes, huh? As basically then it's like scanning the whole entire world. And he just smiles at this. He goes like, man, I'm always one step ahead of this guy, huh? Which, Drake says, of course. We always were. So yeah. So, they leave, and Tsubaki and Sonia do ask could they come over and eat. Which Issei doesn't mind since he's cooking tonight. And which, they say thank you. So he comes home. He introduces Tsubaki, Sonia to them, his parents again. They're glad to see them. They ask how Issei is doing. They say, he's doing very good. He's always, being a good student. He's always kind and helping out whenever he's needed. Just tell them the good things. Because they never like to, they don't want Issei to get in trouble with his parents. But she thanked himself, thank you, both of you. Oof. So yeah. So basically, after a little bit of that, they basically just, they ask Issei what he's making, and they can help. He just tells them that he just needs some onions chopped, along with maybe a green pepper. Yeah, a green pepper. So, they're happy to help. Ozzy even helps too, which, well, basically his mom and dad are very surprised that like 3 different girls are willing to help Issei cook, and, well, they just ask like, Issei, are you dating all 3 of them? And he just goes, Mom, Dad, what did I say this morning? And they're like, okay. It just seems like, you just have like girlfriends. He goes, I'm never gonna hear the end of this, am I? Maybe that's what he thinks to himself. And so, after all done cooking, they do eat. So, what happens next is, though, Issei's mom starts to show them baby pictures of Issei, and they notice the sword that was right behind him and a friend of his when he was a kid. That same sword that Kiva would recognize, which Sonya could because, well, it's a Excalibur piece, so yeah. And, well, uh, she's not gonna say anything for right now until she asks if she can take a picture of this and show it to somebody. And Issei's mom says she doesn't mind, so that's what she does, Sonia. So yeah, so after that, they say their goodbyes, and, well, they leave. Issei says he's gonna clean up and go to bed afterwards, and, Azia says she's gonna get some rest. It's been a long day. So yeah, so after that, they leave. Oh, well, Azir goes to bed, Issei cleans, he's basically going to his room, and, well, before he can do anything else, somewhere in, well, in basically Africa, a portal opens and it's the demons. I need to try to think of something. Alright, I better figure out which demons are gonna be there. But anyway, so Issa just smiles and he says, Drake, release seals 1 and 2 and 3, and use balance breaker, berserk arm. He says, yeah, it's balance breaker, as then it comes on. Issa then activates a portal, with the location, and then he just goes right through it. And what happens next is when he gets there, he basically sees, well, people being killed, and it's by maybe an imp. Also, those big, demons with one eye and arms from Doom Eternal, and also one flaming skulls, and one of the witches demons, as basically Issei has his pump action shotgun. He just runs over there. The demons hear the footsteps of Issei, and basically Issei hears them saying, "The Doom Slayer! Kill him!" as they all just run. Well, people, someone's taking a video of Issei just running, basically at them. As what happens next is when basically a imp, jumps up, Issei basically just shoots the imp basically killing him. And then another one comes and Issei just hits it with the shotgun. And he kicks it away, shoots it. Basically, then all of a sudden he switches out the weapon to be a submachine gun. I basically one of the guns, assault rifle, that one that then he can basically has missiles come out and shoot them. Basically, that's what happens, and it's like they're like, what? Like all the people are wondering what the. As in, what's happening next to which, basically, trying to summon more, basically gets out the rocket launcher and just shoots it. And it fires 3 different missiles at it, and it blows it up. And next, he goes out, he basically gets the double barrel shotgun, shoots the chain, then he basically shoots the, that one-eyed demon, and then basically punches in the face, grab his eye, rips it out just like the end of the game. The Doom Slayer does. So yeah. Also, he does have a spike, but he's not using that right now. And then a few more demons are coming in after he lands. So he just runs over and he just grabs the demon that's right in front of him, basically another imp, and just smacks it right in the other 3 that are coming out. He just threw it. As they just go flying right back into the portal, he basically jumps in. And what next happens is there's about 250 demons coming in, basically an army. They were just using them to send it for scouts, try to clear ways. As they just see him, as they all just screaming, destroy him. As Issei just says, let's do this. As we're gonna go to all the people's view. As next, they just hear a whole bunch of screaming bullets, sound of bullets flying, sound of bullets, going off, and basically, explosions happening. Heck, Issei's actually basically stuck on the ground, does basically a dragon shot, full power, and they start to see red, a bright shine of red, and then an explosion. It's like they can't go to the portal and see what's happening, but basically they can just hear it, and everyone's wondering what the. As basically after 20 minutes, Issei comes out, and of course bloodied, and there just says, one of the guys recording just says, "Who is this guy?" And then the portal basically closed right behind him, and then he opens up his own and just walks right through it. And they just says whoever this guy is, he just slain them all. It was like he was their doom. Wait, the Doom Slayer. Yeah, that's what we should call him. And basically, it's on the hit. It's a hit. The Doom Slayer. It's spreading real quick. In a matter of minutes, it was posted online. So yeah. And Issa gets home. He gets out the balance breaker mode, and then he goes to bed and just says, "Okay, that was a lot of demons." Eh. But hey, actually, that's not my top. That's not my whole entire kill in one day thing. Whatever. I haven't beaten my record yet. And when Drake says, in one day, 2,763 demons exterminated and killed. Because, yeah, that was nothing. Man, though, that freaking berserk demon came out of nowhere last time. At me. I had to use the dragon shot on him and killed about at least 150 of them. That was the big thing that was, done. I was trying to take my time though, but I need sleep. I'm tired. Yeah. Just get some sleep, Issei. And as Issei falls asleep. So what happens next though is that while Issei's sleeping, so along with Azia, Sonya, Tsubaki, get a message from Rias. As she goes, as basically Rias, basically tests him saying, "Did you see this? This is blowing up all over the freaking news." As then, someone from Africa, basically saying, they see, this guy just running over to them with basically a double barrel shotgun. They see the whole entire thing. And then they basically hear after what Issei did, goes into the portal. They basically hear everything as it's. They just smile at this and they go like, "Wow, he's amazing." And he goes, if basically the humans know about this, they may suspect something. We have to try to keep this to a minimum. And you go, "Rias, we can't stop them. It's impossible for us to stop. Only Issei can." He goes, "He's just one boy. What can he do?" And, well, this is when they say, remember what, they said about the Doomslayer. No matter how many they were, his basically unquelled wrath killed them all. He was able to kill them and use their strength. So basically, the more demons Issei kill, the stronger he becomes. Rias, basically, that's what they're explaining. And Rias just says, "Whatever." Night. And while Tsubaki and Sonya just smiling, as then they kind of realize, they both say out loud, "Am I in love with Issei?" As they both look at each other and they say, "Wait, you're in love with Issei?" And they're like, "Oh no." And then they kind of have flashbacks of everything they said about Issei, and they say, "We liked him while he was the way he was before. We should have told him that." But, Tsubaki says, "We didn't know that, Sonya." And it was true, but still, if we know, maybe he would, not call himself pathetic or worthless. He's still Issei, right? And they look at the video again and they just smile. And they say, he still is. And that's when I'm, basically, leaving off. Because they pause there right when Issei, has the portal closing right behind him. And they're basically just smiling. And well, yeah, so that's what I'm leaving it off, everyone. I hope you guys do enjoy it. I know it's a little bit short than the first one. I'm just starting to fall asleep. Well, starting to get tired. And tomorrow I'm going to try to get the solo leveling Naruto. Or not Naruto. Solo leveling Deku out. And then I am, though, going to tell you, I am aging a hero down. A female hero I am aging down. Alright, so you guys can guess which one it is, and I'll just say which one it is then tomorrow in the video. Alright, okay. Bye everyone. Have a nice night, day, wherever you are. Be safe. Bye.